Hey guys, it's me Nes, and I'm going to discuss what happened to John Cena after SummerSlam 2010 based on the thumbnail. To those who know as a wrestling fan, they understand what led to his losses throughout the years, but after 2010 was the turning point of his career. Regardless his records in the Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and WrestleMania based on the Big Four pay-per-view slash PLE of WWE shows that SummerSlam was one of Cena's worst record in his career. Since debuted in 2004 against Booker T, won his first SummerSlam match and his first loss was against Edge for the WWE Championship at 2006. During the 2004 until 2009, Cena was 3 wins and 3 losses, which is like an okay record for Super Cena, but 2010 was different. At SummerSlam 2010 main event was a 7 on 7 elimination tag team match features Team WWE versus Team Nexus. To those who doesn't know Nexus, they were the group of young rookies during the first season of NXT, not this NXT, but they made NXT at the time a gaming show for young athletes to become the next WWE superstar of tomorrow. Basically the tough enough version in which it lasted until 2012, which WWE cancelled soon to be season 6, in which this current NXT was a developmental for young recruits of future WWE superstar from their NIL programs turned to LFG contestants and other free agencies of wrestlers around the globe. What people may not notice is that all of Season 1 NXT rookies were part of being a dominant heel faction. Some familiar faces in the group, in which Wade Barrett, who was the winner of NXT Season 1, was the leader of the group. The group made their debut on June 7, 2010 during the main event of Raw and completely destroyed everything, like the ring itself, barricades, and attack to Cena, Punk, Gallows, Jerry the King Lawler, Matt Striker, and Daniel Bryan strangled poor Justin Roberts with his necktie, spit Cena in the face, that led to him being released from the group. After a few weeks of beating up wrestlers in and out of the ring, the match they had for SummerSlam was the Team WWE versus Team Nexus 7 on 7 elimination tag team match. It's basically similar to Survivor Series traditional elimination tag team match, where Team WWE have Cena, Edge, Chris Jericho, John Morrison, R-Truth, Bret Hart, and the return of Daniel Bryan in replacement of the Great Khali, in which he was rehired from what happened on June 7th. So what happened in the end? Cena got DDT on the exposed concrete floor and somehow he dodged the 450 splash from Justin Gabriel and eliminated him, followed by STF on Wade Barrett, and he tapped out, which led Team WWE to victory. But is it worth it? Because during Inside the Ropes, where Edge and Wade Barrett had an interview about what led to the finish of Who's Going Over, based on what Edge and Wade, according to them, says this.
I thought, right, man, these kids are cooking. You just got to continue to throw gasoline on this thing. So get to SummerSlam, and then we got told that finish, and Chris and I went, what? That makes no sense. I mean, they got to go over. Even if it's only Barrett at the end, he needs to go over. And for whatever reason, they were stuck on it, and John was really stuck on it. And more so than that, it was like you're getting DDT'd on an exposed concrete floor and kicking out of that and then winning the match. To guys like me and Jericho, it's like, well, we are just this is, here goes that gimmick, you know, and at a certain point you just go, right, I would love for them to be able to keep rolling and running. And I think you now have new main event players. That's obviously not in someone's plans. So all, you know, Chris and I could do is go, right. And what we both said is, you're all making a mistake. And we left it at that. And I think it proves, you know, over time it was a mistake.
But you mentioned Cena later on agreed.
Yeah. To his credit, he came back that night and he goes, "You were right." Yep, we were.
But in the end, John Cena would be the sole survivor guy in that match. Going into that match, did you guys think, well we're going to win this to keep this feud going and keep us strong? Or did you think that they were going to have, you know, John Cena and the other guys go over?
Yeah, not only did we think we were going to win, because it was really the first test of this killer group that we had. It was like, okay, this is the first time we're put to the test against these top WWE superstars. We've been termed rookies the whole time. We can't lose this because we have a ton of heat. We have all this attention. Now is our chance to prove our credibility. We'll win this. And then we were told a week beforehand by one of the agents, I can't remember who, that, yeah, you guys are going to be winning. We're just figuring out all the details. So anyway, a week later, we turned up at SummerSlam, and it's in LA at the Staples Center, huge arena. And we get there, and we get down to the ring, and Edge and Chris Jericho, who are part of the team that we're fighting against, they're already down at the ring, and we all come down there, we're in our suits, and we're looking all smart and being good boys still, and just go over and say hey guys, we're just trying to figure out how to make you guys look like stars today. And we kind of chuckle about it, and we go off to catering and get some food. And then we come back down later on, and we're pulled to one side, and Arn Anderson says, hey guys, here's the finish. It's going to be you eliminating him, he's going to eliminate this guy's going to eliminate this one. So it's kind of like, you know, dominoes are falling, this guy's out, and then we get down to the final three, which is myself and Justin Gabriel on the Nexus side against John Cena. And then we're told, okay, and Cena's going to beat you both and go over, at which point I kind of thought he was joking just to gauge our reaction. And now I realized, no, he's not joking. This is serious. John's going over. So we bring up, you know, why is John going over? We really need to win this match. And Arn puts his hands up and says, nothing to do with me. You've got to go and speak to Vince about this. So trying to get your hands on Vince during a pay-per-view day or a TV day or anything is tough. So it took about an hour or so for us to track him down and wait outside his office and get to speak to him. We go in there and have a chat with him and say, hey, Vince, here's the situation. We've just been told that John's going over in this match. We think it's a bad idea. We think we need to go over. And Vince looked me in the eye and told me, the reason we're doing this is because SummerSlam needs to have a happy ending, which is a different kind of happy ending to the one you're thinking about now. We didn't want that. We wanted one of the kids to go home happy, which, so there's not a lot you can do with that point. We've argued our case. Vince, we need to go over. No. Here's what I need. I need this to go over well at the end. I need the kids to be happy. So I knew at that point I was being lied to. I knew it was a nonsense. It was a nonsense reply. I didn't believe it at all, and I don't believe it to this day. I thought it was a terrible idea. I don't think you'll find anybody who will come forward and say, at any level of wrestling, says, yeah, that was the right decision that day, but that's what it was, and there was nothing we could do about it. The decision had been made. How they got to that decision, I don't know, but Vince looked me in the eye and told me that was the reason. I don't believe it, but there we go.
So the main reason is to send the crowd happy. Was it John Cena or Vince McMahon made the decision, or both? In which case, I guess it's okay. But this wasn't the point, because you got young upcoming stars to becoming the next rising superstars of WWE. Imagine if they did that during the Shield's run. It would be too bad of a decision for sure. And it led to the Nexus never recovered from that loss, even if they took over the next few months. With Cena being part of Nexus, it wasn't enough. Even if some become successful, others didn't, in which the Nexus project was a flop, but not as a flop during the 2020s version, and I don't need to talk about this during this video because you know it was really bad. But anyways, with that out of the way, I'm going to discuss the next SummerSlam matches of Cena of 2011 until 2021 in short detail. So, 2011 SummerSlam was basically Summer of Punk, in which CM Punk wins the WWE Championship on Money in the Bank in Chicago after the weeks of the infamous pipe bomb segment, and considered the best match both John Cena and CM Punk. During this time, Cena was once again WWE Champion after he beat new crown champion Rey Mysterio in his second match of the night, by the way, and led to the new music Cult of Personality by Living Color, in which CM Punk returns to confront John Cena to raise the original WWE Championship belt. So after weeks of segments between these two led to their match at SummerSlam for the undisputed WWE Championship match, and at the end, Cena's foot was on the bottom rope, in which Triple H didn't see, and it led to the end of CM Punk's reign by Kevin Nash's jackknife powerbomb, followed by Alberto Del Rio's cash-in. At 2012 SummerSlam was a triple threat for the WWE Championship between John Cena versus CM Punk and The Big Show. At the end, John Cena and CM Punk make Big Show tap out, followed by AJ Lee, who was the general manager at the time, made the decision to restart the match, in which John Cena hit his finisher on Big Show, followed by CM Punk takes the advantage to win the match. This was John Cena's whole 2012 downfall after losing to The Rock at WrestleMania 28, except Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. 2013 SummerSlam was different because at the time John Cena was defending the WWE Championship against a new rising star in Daniel Bryan, while Triple H was special guest referee once again. So maybe it's basically owed to if Triple H was special guest referee in John Cena's matches in SummerSlam, which is kind of a bit odd, huh? But anyways, at the end of Cena, who lost the match, and people were happy for Daniel Bryan, based on dreams turns to nightmare when Randy Orton vowed to cash in the assistance of Triple H to form the Authority. 2014 was the moment, according to WrestleGIF, a content creator who made a video about the night Super Cena was dead, in which all of us kinda agree because Cena only hit 5 to 10% offense and the rest was Brock, who do a lot of multiple German suplexes, ground pound, and F5 to finish the match. I give Cena some credit during this match because he endured every bit of the pain he's going through, and the reason he went through this because Brock was getting a mega push. During the time in 2014, after he beat Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30, which is supposed to be not the right choice for Brock to beat the streak, because I feel like it should have been Roman Reigns or Bray Wyatt to be the one, or let Undertaker be undefeated. But going back to Brock, he dominated Cena on this night and making him the ultimate heel of a monster champion once again. 2015 was somewhat a disappointment ending to me, because Cena had to face against Seth Rollins for the winner-take-all championship, combining the United States Champion and WWE World Championship. The ending was the thing that bothers me because while the host Jon Stewart had to interfere and basically hit Cena and botch the spot of the chair until he puts in the right place, leading to Seth Rollins hit pedigree onto the chair and Seth beats Cena. It's like the right winner but not a good ending by that interference of a celeb slash talk host or talk show host, and this isn't the first time that happened. It is what it is, but afterwards, Jon Stewart explained the reason because Cena wouldn't tie the record of Ric Flair because he gets attitude adjustment anyways, and the time of this video, Cena break the record, so I think Cena will tell to Jon Stewart, go yourself. 2016, the match that John Cena had to face against the phenomenal AJ Styles was a classic despite it's their second match in WWE. It was amazing, and knowing that even if Cena lost, it was the match of the night between those two future Hall of Famers. And followed another classic at the Royal Rumble 2017 for the WWE Championship for Cena to tie the record of Ric Flair. This is considered to be the only match in 2016 that stands out of one of the best matches, in my opinion. 2017 was the first match John Cena won since 2010, as he faced against Baron Corbin in his Lone Wolf gimmick. Their feud was basically Corbin failed to cash in because of Cena being interfered with a surprise roll-up by Jinder Mahal. I'm sure some of you in the who watches this video would remember Jinder Mahal as WWE champion, and I'm sure some of you like it and some of you hate it. That's how it is. And regardless, he didn't beat the all-time great at SummerSlam. To be honest, what a waste, because Baron Corbin in his Lone Wolf was considered to be the next guy that is a good heel. But the thing is, they made him into a really annoying general manager, I guess, for Raw, but it is what it is. But anywho, after years for Cena to finally win a good SummerSlam, he didn't appear on 2018 until 2020 SummerSlam because he was doing movies, and he appeared sometimes at WrestleMania and other shows. But at 2021, John Cena made his return at Money in the Bank to tell Roman Reigns, at this time the Tribal Chief and the undisputed WWE Champion, where they settled at SummerSlam. As I remember, there was a segment about Baron Corbin in his unlucky or nothing gimmick that he almost signed a contract, but Cena make the save, and basically John Cena buried Baron Corbin once again. But the thing is this, because John Cena and Roman Reigns had a classic similar to 2017 No Mercy. But at the end, despite Cena wasn't the same person we once knew, did had the chance to beat Roman during his historic reign or the Reign of Terror, and Cena lost the match. Afterwards, Brock Lesnar surprise return confronts Roman Reigns, and off the air, Brock proceeds to German suplexes to Cena and hit the F5 just like in 2014. And that's basically all of John Cena after SummerSlam 2010. So overall, Cena's record from 2011 until 2021 was 1-7, which is the worst we see from the all-time great. But the real reason this had to happen, when we going back to 2010, he was the sole survivor against Nexus, in which 7 members in 7 losses of SummerSlam matches, which is a coincidence, right? For Cena, it was his own punishment because he did admit he was wrong, regardless if it's just worked for Cena. So looking at who he faced since 2011 to 2016 and 2021 were the right winners, because if Cena wins at SummerSlam within those years, it wouldn't make any sense. Especially they are over by the fans, unlike Baron Corbin was an exception for WWE, like Vince to give Cena his first win over 6 years for putting over talent. But what's in store for 2025 SummerSlam? By the time of this video, as current WWE Champion John Cena defends Cody Rhodes for the second time since WrestleMania 41 in a street fight, would John Cena finally win another SummerSlam since 2017, or maybe not? Not gonna lie, it will be an interesting match, but they might be an interference as of now. Rumors believe this match would be a double turn for Cody as a heel and Cena as a babyface. Could it be The Rock returns? Who knows? But whatever happens, this is going to be an interesting, and I'm looking forward to this match. And that's all for the video, guys. Let me know if Cena deserves to win once again, or maybe not, against Cody Rhodes in the upcoming SummerSlam 2025 in the comments below. So thank you for watching, and we will see each other in the next video. Peace.